on this side.
Okay.
Y'all can go ahead. Keep talking though.
Yeah, Jay asked me a while ago, has Steph ever had any major injuries? And I was telling him, like, yeah, when he came into the league, his ankle was shot. That was his main problem. That's why, aside from him being,
So he like what's his name for Kansas City? They some dogs, but they got messed up ankles.
who?
What's quarterback in Kansas City? Don't he got bad ankles too?
Mahomes?
Mahomes. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because he always, they might not be historically as bad as his, but you never notice he have a lot of ankle injury. You remember he almost got took out of the what was that? Was that last year or year before when he got tripped up? That was the year they won the he got tripped up and had to sit out. Remember they was chasing him down from the back and they clipped his ankles and then he kicked it. You don't remember that? He had to come out the game and you remember all them ankle injuries he was going through? Can't remember. You don't remember that?
But I will say that Steph being injured allowed them to sign him to some money that he probably did. He was undervalued, and that was the foundation of their dynasty. So it's like giving a curse.
Absolutely, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a fact.
He signed like what, like 4 years, like $50 million, something like that. It was something small.
Yep. And if he would have came in as the Steph that we know him today, he would have been snatched up by another team for sure.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have had the marriage of Steph, Clay, and Draymond. So yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. Wouldn't have happened.
And so basically, niggas breaking their ankles is a great thing. Got you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. This is the Gods Are Watching Live. This is number 10. It's been a minute. We back. We ain't gonna dwell on that too long. Appreciate all of you guys for showing up, man. I'm happy to see all your faces. Everybody healthy and still intact, because a lot of people ain't. People that I know personally. So thank God for that. We were just talking about sports. Niggas was talking about Steph just hurt himself. You said, what'd you say, Derek? You said you hate this part of the season.
Yeah, I hate this part of the season, man.
I love this part of the season. I guess we can go a month back. I love the trade deadline because it's like shuffling the deck.
The shake up.
And it's like the whole league changed, and the way the season started is not how the season will end.
As soon as they get around All-Star break, that's when stuff started to get shook up.
Everything started to get all weird and shuffled. So I like this part of the season, but I never really considered this. Like you're saying, you think they need to shorten the season?
Yeah, they were talking about it before. I remember that it was a concept that was brought up. I believe this was brought up maybe 2-3 years ago, Edward.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Silver were talking about Adam Silver brought it up, and he was mulling over the idea of shortening the season, because by the time we get to the end and get into the playoffs, we be having so many injuries that affects the entire playoff picture that it's just better for competition. It's better for viewership. Nobody wants to watch Golden State if Steph is out, Dre is out. What's the point of watching that series? You already know how that's going to end.
What if instead of shortening, they stretch it?
What you mean? Stretch it and put more days off in between?
More time on the calendar, so they would have more time to rest in between.
Yeah, players ain't going for that though.
Yeah, players not going for that. They already home. I mean, they already away from home. How many months out of the fucking year?
It's the life you chose.
It is the life you chose, but I wouldn't stretch it out. I wouldn't. I don't even think that would be beneficial for them viewership wise.
I mean, they could do with less running, because I mean, if you compare the game 20 years ago to what it is now, they do a lot more running.
Yes.
Like I think what was it, Derek? It said Clay runs like 5 miles a game. Like back in the Warrior days, you were like 5 miles a game, but something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
They move a lot more, and it's more stress on their bodies.
I hear what y'all saying about the shortening, but I just don't think. I think the NBA is too big to even restructure it that dramatically. Like, so if you're saying shorten the season from 82 games to what?
It's 72. 72 was the number.
Yeah,
Right, but
it has already been done once.
it has.
shortened?
No, back in the day they added more games on, right?
No,
Wasn't
I'm talking about. I think they can do that because you know who will be happy with them doing that? The TV
owners.
networks
Yeah, yeah.
and the owners.
Everybody is all that equates to more money.
Right,
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is shortening the season. I don't think the NBA can do it.
They could.
So just think about
They
it.
could.
They just signed. They just signed. What was it, about a $4 or $5 billion? Oh, I'm sorry,
The media
$13 billion deal that they just did with the media rights, and it's like you're not gonna get all that money and then be like, we're gonna play 30 less games or 20 less games. Hell no.
Well, yeah, no, not now. It would have to be a restructuring from a standpoint of going into a new contract. And renegotiating all that with your TV providers and all that shit. Of course, yeah, absolutely. No, you couldn't do it like now, but I think it should be something. I think it should be something that should be considered, man. Because, like I said, going into it every day,
your threes backwards,
and basketball is really it's a unique sport in that. What Edward was just saying about them doing so much running per game. You're doing all this running, you're doing all this clashing per game, you bumping into people. These are heavy bodies. These are muscle-built bodies that are crashing into each other night in, night out. You do that over an 80-game stretch, bro, not including the playoffs. Man, listen, you bound to get an injury somewhere in there. So I would just consider, just for the preservation of the game, for preservation of viewership, and for the preservation of players, I would consider shortening that shit because, like I said, the reason I hate this part of the season, man, is because all the favorites are down. All our people is out of here.
Because they work them like fucking horses through the whole first half of the season.
You don't like either when they what do they call it when they resting themselves? What do they call that?
Load management.
When they taking load management days. You don't like that either, though, huh?
Yeah, but this isn't unique to just basketball. It's happening in what's the other one? The owners in football, they want to add another game. They want to add another game to the NFL season. They already got 17.
Yeah, I was about to say 17.
Like
NFL don't play. The NFL don't play that much, but those games are much more intense because they're literally getting beat the fuck up on them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, another game don't sound absolutely horrible. Like you wouldn't be in favor of that at all? One more game?
I mean, I think what it is just the preparation that goes into football on a weekly basis. It's in basketball, you can kind of like you got to shoot around. I remember I was watching Gil's Arena and he was like, your day is like you got to shoot around and then you got like film, you got like maybe you got film, got a little practice, and then you play the game and then you're on a plane. In football, it's like you ever watch Hard Knocks? You ever watch it at all?
That's a documentary?
No, that's like they follow. I think the Lions is this year, I think, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I heard about that show.
The Lions is going to be
basically
year,
like
I heard about that show. They follow the worst team.
Well, they following them this year. I guess
they changing it up.
I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But Sunday you play the game. Monday you're off. Tuesday, you get up at 4:45 in the morning. You at the facility. You're doing film study, and then you're lifting weights, and then you're doing more film study, and then you go to get treatment, and then you go to more film study, and then you leave at like 7 p.m., and then you do whatever you do on your off time, and then you turn around and do it again the same day. Like you're there from like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. to like 6 p.m., and then you do that every day until Thursday, and then you get on a plane, and then you travel to where you're going, and you play. So it's just more intensive, man. Them playbooks in the NFL be like this.
I bet.
And they gotta know, not necessarily the quarterback gotta know everything. The quarterback and the lineman have to know everything. The receivers just gotta listen to that portion of the play that they listening for. Like they be like Z right 95 split on blue, whatever. They just gotta listen to anything after blue is when they tune in. You know what I'm saying? But quarterbacks gotta know everything. Football is just way more intensive. So that's why they don't want to do it, because it's such a grind. It is such a grind. And to think you playing from September to February, that's a long ass time playing football. That's a long ass time.
Yeah. It's not that long off. What you get? So what that mean? You get about
if you in the Super Bowl, if you in the
7
Super
months
Bowl,
off.
yeah, if you in the Super Bowl, that's why that's the other reason that people don't talk about. Like if you play deep into the season every year, that take a toll on you. Hey, that's any sport. Look at the Pistons in the '80s.
Well, the reason
they played deep into the playoffs every year, and then it just fell apart. Why? Because they was battling every single year deep in the playoffs.
You don't even have to look that far. Just look at what happened to Golden State in that last year with KD.
They just fell apart.
Played deep into the season, and then it just fell apart piece by piece. KD
Literally
fell out first, then Clay went out, then Iguodala went out. Like it was just a bad, playing deeper into the season. Like you said, it's a risk. It comes with the job, of course, comes with the sport, but it's like, I mean, that one more game could be the game that send your ass up out of here for a sideline you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then like I said, soccer too. Now it's been really bad with them. I follow it probably more than y'all do, but like they play in upwards of 72 matches a year, and that's and to give an example, that's probably like, and they run way more. You talk about running. Like I don't know what they do kilometers. I don't know what 10 kilometers is, but 10 kilometers is a lot of goddamn running. Like that's a
10
long
kilometers,
way.
probably about 8
miles.
But
a match,
shit, you
bro.
damn
a match.
I think a soccer stadium, the soccer field is not equivalent to a football field. It's bigger. I almost want to say, what is it, about 1.5 times? Maybe more.
I know it's wider for a fact.
It's definitely wider.
Definitely wider.
And I think it's longer too. Yeah, I think it's like maybe a half size wider. I don't think it's double.
Yeah.
I think when it's a half size wider, and maybe I think it's like a half going each way.
At this point, I have nightmares worrying about Cade. As we mentioned yesterday, he's got one of the highest usage rates in the league, like top 2 usage rates in the whole league, and I'll be so afraid of picking up my phone and boom, breaking news: Cade Cunningham blew a knee or some shit like that. I'm so worried about that because they leaning on dogs so heavy.
But let's see with him though, the only good thing about him is that he doesn't rely on his athleticism. That's not his.
You're right. He plays very tame.
Yeah. Yes. He don't. He's not herky. He's not. Not herky jerky, but what do you call it? He's not twitchy.
He's not like explosive. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's real methodical.
I actually heard somebody say.
He played like Kawhi. Kawhi is methodical. He's not fast. He, everything he doing. I'm gonna do this. This gonna get me there, and then I should have this or this.
I actually heard somebody say that he kind of plays more like old NBA than new NBA. In that his movements are much more deliberate, and he's not Allen Iverson. He more like
you're not gonna get the flash, but you are gonna get this Tim Duncan. Like you're not gonna get the flash, but you're gonna get a person. You're gonna get a person that's just more experience in the game as far as his execution goes. You're gonna get execution. You might not get the flashy under the hoop lay. You might not get that, but you're gonna get some good basketball.
Yeah,
the fundamentals.
I really hate the fact that they won't allow me to add this to I apologize for that outburst, but trying to add the thing to the stage without it automatically playing. They need to change that shit. But anyway, the reason we're talking about all these injuries, for anybody who's living under a rock or hasn't heard the news, well, Steph just hurt himself, I guess, maybe 30 minutes ago or something.
Well, he hurt himself. I think it was yesterday's game.
Oh, okay.
The clip I just saw, he was limping into. They were showing the players getting off the bus heading to New York because Golden State was playing in New York, and they were showing him limping into the stadium.
Oh, that's why he.
Wow.
That's why he didn't want to play. He playing in New York.
Who won that game then?
No, I think the game is tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were getting off the bus earlier today. I think.
So he clearly not playing.
Yeah, he's not playing. He's definitely not playing.
All right. So Kyrie hurts himself. What was that? Yesterday? Last night?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Great score in the league.
So for anybody who missed it, let me play it again. He's running up the court like a fast break. Oh no, not even a fast break. Boom. Blows his knee right there.
It doesn't even look that bad from
No,
that
it don't.
angle.
No,
Which is why I sent you that other video to give people an in-depth close-up look as to what actually happened to his knee
The way
and
he
why it's
went
so
down,
bad.
it
the
did
way he
that.
went down, you can
Essentially.
tell. It's like he just went limp. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He didn't
just
have
gave
no
up.
strength in
Nothing
that
in it.
leg.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play the other video that Derek sent so we can see the other
Kyrie
angle.
Irving went down with a scary left knee injury tonight and was unable to bear weight on that side afterward. Let's break this down. Starting with that front view, keep an eye on the left foot here. Kyrie plants it on a relatively flat foot. Then as he pushes off, you'll see the Kings defender's knee collide with
I
Kyrie's
didn't see that.
leg,
Yeah, knee
causing
in
his
that
weight to
leg,
shift,
which
and his
caused
torso
him to
falls
shift
to
his
that
weight to
left
the other
side
leg.
while he's
And
up in the
then
air.
that-
Left
and then
leg
that knee
extends
buckled.
outward, and this is followed by the quad muscle popping. Sometimes sudden eccentric overload on the quadriceps while decelerating the leg before impact can cause the quad tendon to fail. The pop is subsequently followed by this left knee buckling. The lateral view shows a clear and significant hyperextension mechanism of at least 30 to 45
Oh
degrees.
my
First concern
goodness.
here is regarding that quad
Christ.
popping. That is sometimes seen with tendon rupture, commonly of the patellar tendon or quad tendon here. When forces exceed the tendon's tensile strength, it can cause it to rupture at its weakest point, and that's typically when you see that tendon and muscle reverberate upward. Second concern was hyperextension injury. Virtually, the femur was bent this way while the tibia relative to it was bent
That's
in
why
this
I say it
direction
like
here,
that. Yeah,
putting
that's
compressive
right.
forces at the front of the tibia as well as a significant stretch at the back of the knee. When this occurs,
Inverted.
at the very least, you stretch the muscles surrounding the back of the knee, including the hamstring, the calves, as well as the capsule and this oblique popliteal ligament, which is frequently injured, causing significant bruising. At the front of the knee, the compressive forces knock the femur and tibia
My leg
together,
hurt.
causing more bruising
Yeah,
and
dog.
microfractures at the front of the bone.
Yes,
It can also injure the cartilage here and
I'm over
sometimes
here
can be
twinging.
complicated
Feel
by
like
meniscal
weird
tears.
right
As
now.
the knee hyperextends more, it
All right, yeah, I don't even want to see the rest of this shit. Yeah.
We've
So
seen enough.
I'm gonna play this too, just so I thought this was pretty interesting.
For those wondering why is he shooting the free throws, if there's a possibility of him coming back to the game, he has to shoot these free throws.
You can see him mouth, "Thank you, God," or whatever. I guess they're saying.
And immediately their security came out to help carry him back. And the official
That's some Kobe shit right there after the Achilles.
Man, listen, like just
That's
seeing,
Clay. That's Clay running back out to finish his free throws.
Right.
seeing that, bro. And I don't wish knee injury on nobody. Being
That's your
being a
life.
vet, being having something similar to that. No,
Yeah,
not
you went through
similar
it.
to that, but man, like just had that recovery and the pain of having to stretch those muscles after through doing rehab. Man,
What happened?
ooh, shit.
What's your situation?
I think, and what it is also is that I think is what Derek was talking about. He 33. It is what's March. It's a long ass season. His muscles are tired, bro. Like if this was September or October, November, I think he'd have been okay. I just
Still
think
fresh.
that when you play 36 minutes a night for 6 months, for 4 or 5 months straight, your muscles are just tired. And my muscles were just tired. I was walking. I was home, and I just planted that leg and turned to look over my shoulder, and my knee went that way, and I was still here. So my body is still here. My knee went here. I was just tired, bro. I just got done working like 15 out of 16 days or something like that. I was just tired. Body was wore out, bro. Like it's.
And that goes back into what we're saying. Then especially when you trade your fucking superstar player, and now you only have one superstar.
Who you got to lean on.
Now guess what? His usage rate goes up.
Yep.
And mentally, he might be trying to overexert himself more because he knows he has to do more because he knows that the entire team is on his shoulders now. All of that stuff matters, man. Like Luka being traded from that team and Kyrie being the sole person with AD out meant that Kyrie knew everything is on me. You can't tell a person who was passionate about basketball not to play harder. He's gonna do that just off rip. He's gonna play harder. Yeah, regardless. I'm gonna try to get a win. I'm gonna try to get a dub. The team is relying on me. So all of that matters, man. And it's just unfortunate that this injury had to come because the GM was retarded. And then AD goes out. This is just a clusterfuck of a situation. Like you said earlier, you asked the group chat earlier, do we think Kyrie retires after this?
So what's your hot take, Edward?
No, it ain't the time yet. I got
okay.
It ain't the time yet.
All right. So when I thought it was that. So that's why I asked. I thought it was that.
No. Well, if you asking me that, I would say yes, I think he does.
I think I woke up to y'all talking about that in the group chat about him getting hurt, and y'all were talking about the AD thing. You know, earlier in February, I think it was like February 3rd that Luka AD trade went through. Yeah. AD plays one game, he goes down with what was that? What kind of injury did he have? A no contact,
non-contact.
Back. Wasn't his back or something?
No, it was his
leg. I thought it was
something with his leg. Yeah. So he goes out. He goes out with a non-contact after his first game playing as a Maverick. Then the Mavericks are pretty much left leaning all of their weight onto, no pun intended, I guess pun intended, or leaning all their weight onto Kyrie Irving, and now you have this about a month later, almost to the day.
Yeah.
And now he's injured. And then you look at the Lakers, and they're doing just amazing as everybody knew they would, with two of the best fucking players to ever grace the goddamn league or some shit. So
it's thriving right now.
So when I woke up to y'all talking about it in the group chat, I had a silent thought to myself because I didn't even jump in y'all conversation. I was kind of too sleepy and y'all was already like 40 messages in. But I was like, I don't know if it's worth him even coming back at this point, depending on how bad the injury was, because at that point I didn't have these details, right? I just heard knee injury. But now, looking at that, is it worth him coming back? What year is Kyrie in? He got to be in year 15, right?
He only 33.
Or he got to be in year, so that's probably year 14.
What did he come in? 11? 11, 10, 11? When did he come in?
What
year did he come in?
Something like that, man. He been
in double digits for sure.
Absolutely. Because he was on that Cavs team with Bron, so you know he been in the league for a long time. Kyrie Irving draft year. He was drafted in 2011.
Yeah.
So
14
he started 14 years, bro. And y'all said he's out for the rest of this season, but you also said that he's probably going to be out for most, if not all, of next season.
I don't think all next season, but it's going to be at least till now next year.
Yeah, it's going to be the bulk.
Now.
Yeah, anytime you tear your ACL, they always say that it's just going to take at least a year of recovery.
Yeah,
and it just depends on the person, from person to person, because for some people it takes longer. You see what happened to Clay. Clay tried to come back, re-injured himself, and he went out, had to sit out for another year. Yep. So
we ain't seeing him before GTA 6. I can guarantee you that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, it's not a joke. I'm just saying we ain't seeing him before then.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. He's not.
So
he's not. You won't see
Kyrie.
We
got GTA 6 before Kyrie returns.
Yeah, bro.
If they're in a position to even make the playoffs next year, you'll see him next. You'll see him next playoffs, maybe. But with AD leading the fucking charge on this team, I don't even see them making it that far next year. The West is only getting
the charge. AD ain't never led a motherfucking thing.
Exactly.
He lead the league in injuries.
I think Kyrie is not done. I don't think that he wants to. This is what I said in the group chat earlier.
Yeah.
I said that I don't think that he wants to go out this way. I think he's got a Kobe mindset. Kobe was one of his favorites. He was one of his idols. I think in his mind, he would be like, what would Kobe do? Kobe would try his damnedest to come back and make it back to the sport that he loves. So I think that it's very hard for him to accept it and accept this is how he goes out. No player wants to do that. I just think that he's going to do everything he can to scratch and claw his way back into the league.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it happen with KD. KD did it, and he's back. Came back.
Russ did it too.
Russ did it. Yep. So
Paul George did it too. Well, he has his leg, but you can come back. I just I think Kyrie really went up my stock. I always held Kyrie in high regard, but I
Yeah.
think after seeing that, because even just being in hurt my knee, it wasn't no standing up for me. I laid on the floor. I laid there. It was like it was incapacitated, bro. It was nothing I could do in that instance, bro. I was just like, it felt like my knee was on fire. It's not even like it's not a knifing pain. It's a more of like a burning. It's hot, like, but it's a painful hot. That's what it feels like. But yeah, though, it was. Oh, just seeing that, I saw it do this from the front, but I didn't see all that being
Yeah.
all
I didn't see the
descriptive and
side
shit.
angle.
Oh, that's why I couldn't even look at it, bro. I can't even look at the knee injuries.
Yeah, he was moving fast in that video, so you couldn't
Yep.
see it. Until
Yeah.
that
He was
freeze
going
frame. You couldn't
downhill
see.
with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Do you, if he does come back, do y'all think it changes him athletically? Because you saw
He
what
gonna have to
happened.
calm.
You see what happened to D Rose. Once he got hurt, it just zapped who he was. He was like
Yeah, he had to rethink his game for a while.
he was a Ferrari. He was a Ferrari with a V10, and then he had to change it to a V6. Still a Ferrari, but he was a V6 versus a V10. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if he gonna still be. And the thing about his game, he's so
He need
needy on
that.
his
He
knees.
need that.
He
He
needs
relies
his
on,
knees.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because he a handle with handles. You need your legs bad
So it's
Yeah.
because
just
you need them bursts.
Yeah.
I really just hope he come back better than what he was. Because do y'all know who Adrian Peterson is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got hurt. He did something. I don't know if it was similar to that, but he did something ACL, PCL, like tore his knee up. He was back playing football in 6 months. So whatever he was doing, I hope Kyrie can do it. Cause
Yeah. Sprinkle a little cocaine on that thing. Sprinkle a little cocaine on that thing.
Yeah.
I want to see him back though, man. I don't want his career to end. Kyrie's one of my favorite players. And I just think he's just a great human being. So I just want to see him come back, man.
That's why I played that "Thank You God" thing, because I know he wasn't.
Oh my God.
He was right. They're like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I think he was saying, "Thank you, God." You know how tapped into he is into his prayer and how he's religious. So I think that was just him showing gratitude. Like, even in the face of this messed up moment, I'm just going to practice gratitude and say, "Thank you, God," because it could have been worse. Nigga, my leg, I could have been Paul George just now.
I could have snapped that boy.
Yeah. So
I love Kyrie, man. I hope he comes back, bro.
Same. I don't know where we should go from here. I don't necessarily want to. Let's see what's this video you sent me, man. You ready to talk about that?
Oh yeah, we can talk about it. I just wanted to get everybody's reaction. I just wanted y'all to watch it because I thought it was an interesting, kind of like just an inner scope on what's going on the dating scene between, I guess, the mental space of our young women these days. So I want y'all to watch it and tell me what y'all think.
Where you go, Edward? Are you running?
Oh yeah, no, we
Okay,
need
I'm
you
sorry.
back here for this one.
My
No.
apologies.
Oh, I was just making sure you were still there. I'm about to play it. Can you still watch it or no?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, bet.
I like him.
So you like
I'm just not
him enough
sure.
to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him?
Like, I'm working on it.
Let me repeat this for you. You like him enough to get pregnant by him, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him.
Like, so, like, if I was to get pregnant, like, I wouldn't have a problem because it's him. Like,
baby, how old are you?
I'm 34.
Listen
No,
to
you're
me.
not.
I'm gonna repeat this one more time.
Said no, you're not.
You like
You're
him
not.
enough to create a life with him, an 18-year to 21, 25-year bond, but you don't like him enough for him to be your man.
I think so. Like, I think it's because I have like that mindset. Like, if I was to get pregnant, I had a child, like, and he decides he doesn't want to be involved, like, I'm okay. Like, I'll be okay.
Ma'am, listen
Yes.
to me one more time. I'm gonna just do this one more time.
Mhm.
I want you to really listen to me. You like him enough to let him come in your vagina and possibly make a baby. You like him that much, but you don't like him enough to be in a relationship with him.
I know it sounds bad, but like,
I wish you the best.
What?
You have a great day.
That nigga said, I wish you the best.
Oh my God, man.
Okay.
Listen, man.
Smack.
Listen, brother.
Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
He said, nope, I was gonna hang up.
He said, I wish you the best. You have a great day.
Ooh, shit, boy.
So I wanted because the other day, me and my wife had a hypothetical. We had a hypothetical conversation. And the conversation was about what we would tell our daughter if we had one about getting into relationships and sex. And so I was telling her, like, look, my standpoint is you don't go out here, because her standpoint was everybody makes mistakes. And I'm like,
can't go in with that mindset.
A mistake is, oh damn, I hit the wrong key on the keyboard. That's a mistake.
9 times 3 is 28.
Yeah. That's a mistake. That's a mistake.
That's a mistake.
A mistake is not you laying down, busting it wide open, and then making the mental decision to carry a baby full term and bring that baby into the. That's not a mistake.
That's a conscious effort.
Right. But first, it's a whole lot more before that. Once you choose to lay down, and not taking action beforehand, be it some kind of contraceptive for yourself, but at least have that man do something, because you need a double. You should have a double trap. You know what I'm saying?
You need that multi-factor authentication for sure.
Yes, that two-factor, exactly.
Absolutely.
That 2FA? Hell yeah.
For sure.
You need that 2FA.
You need that 2FA.
No, this nigga is stupid, dog.
So
I swear to God, I'm still in that.
So I wanted to bring it up, man. I wanted to bring that to y'all because I'm like, I just thought it was so ludicrous watching this young lady sit there. And she's not even, I can't even call her a young lady. She's 34 fucking years old.
Bitch ain't young.
Years old. You still
that bitch a middle-aged woman, nigga.
Exactly. Like, you still don't have enough common sense at age 34 to know that you probably shouldn't sleep with a dude that you don't even want to be in a relationship with, but you willing to carry. And then her response was, oh, I'm cool with having a baby without him being there. That's how we got here in the first fucking place. That's how we got so disproportionate in the first place, because you think that you can be the mama and the daddy.
And you can't.
And you
can't. I want to know what Ojo meant. You said you can't go into it with that kind of mindset. Do you remember what you meant when you said that just a minute ago?
When you choosing, first off, you were saying, Asia, you saying your wife had what? What did she say first?
Mistakes happen. Is that what she said?
Yeah,
mistakes happen. So you're going that mind state. So you don't go planning for that mistake. You go pre-planning not to have it happen.
Yep.
You have to get in front of the problem before it even happens.
Thank you. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
why you don't try to solve for, you don't try to solve for X after the problem is already there.
Right.
You try to solve for X before so that we don't even have to get to this point where we gotta go back and try to play revisionist history. No, you don't try to do no. You playing behind the 8 ball.
How come this nigga put on his glasses and ain't nobody say nothing about that shit?
I was letting him live, my nigga.
I saw him put them on.
My Minecraft glasses, man. I took my son's glasses.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna say that those look like because my son has son too. But that's exactly right, and that it's like it goes into like basically the culture of your upbringing, I guess. It's like you have to holistically teach them why this is a mistake, not just say mistakes happen.
Right.
I think women look at having babies as some sort of like novelty. Like it's like going to the store and getting a baby doll or something.
Yep.
Babies are very adorable. They're very cute. They're very fun at some points of the day. But then there's like,
3
yeah,
a.m.
Go ahead.
5
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
6 a.m.
Those ain't the points of the day.
Yeah, those
Shitting
ain't
up
the
your
points
back.
of the day.
Shitting up
So
the back.
You remember how I
bro.
said braces was the new white tees? Because
Yeah.
everybody was going out and getting braces. Now, women having babies are the new braces. Women having babies are the new braces because they want it. They think it's going to improve their appearance because that's what they getting these braces
my
for because they
gosh.
like that look. They want
Yeah.
this baby to improve their appearance, but they're
Yep,
not
they start-
prepared for everything that comes with it.
They start thinking about baby showers. Start thinking about
They think about
the
all
other
that
stuff
stuff.
you did.
They don't think about everything else.
Yeah, the baby shower is one event, man. What you gonna do for the other 18 years that you at least gotta raise
Exactly.
this child? What you gonna do for them other 18 years? One event is
Yeah.
not gonna put the rest of that off. But no, that's where we at, man. So
not to get too I don't know. I don't want to get too Dr. Umar Johnson in here, but this is sort of like an extension of all of that other shit this nigga said with the glowing red eyes.
Glowing red eyes. Here we go. He
No.
about to cook. Hey, clear out.
No. Hold on.
He about to cook.
This sort of shit though is like an extension of the feminist sexual liberation shit.
Absolutely.
Because everything became like a fun activity instead of like an intentional thing. Like and I told y'all earlier this morning when we were getting off the game last night, I told you I had a little interview or whatever, like a Zoom call this morning. This lady that I know, the lady that I went to Atlanta to interview in December, actually, she's writing a new book, and she's writing a book about that sort of thing. And she's talking about how the feminist movement basically destroyed our families in America, all across the board, across all races. And she was saying that the sexual liberation movement sort of started in the 40s. She even named the doctor that pushed it. Going into the 60s where it really exploded, and you go into the 70s, you had the bra burning and all that, and now you get here 50 years after that, and now you have women who think having babies is fun because that's a byproduct of just fucking, but they don't look at it as a byproduct of marriage. They're not thinking about what you're doing. You're building a family. I told niggas before, dog, I looked at my family tree, and I think at that moment, it hit me how big of a choice that is to reproduce with who you're reproducing with. Because guess what? It don't matter if I break up with this woman. It don't matter if I don't like her. It don't matter if I denounce her name from the mountaintops. Her name is not coming off that family tree. Because as long as humans exist, she will be, who you have babies with, will be the entry point at which your kids and your grandkids enter the world, bro. You can't remove her from the family tree.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that shit was like her name is on this family tree forever, which means 100 years from now, they gonna look back and be like, who is this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what fucks with me. So it's like, how are you talking about having a nigga baby, but you don't want to be in a relationship with him? Right. At this point, why not just go adopt?
Yeah, plenty of kids to adopt. That's for sure. Yeah.
If you don't care about how the baby got here, just go adopt then.
Well, you don't get the fun along with it. You don't get the fun to go along with it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't get that whole experience.
Paperwork or you know what I'm saying? You want to write stuff or do you want to, clap? You know what I'm saying? So,
man, this is just a small episode. Man, I've seen so many things like this. This is just a small piece of evidence that just shows how fucked we are, bro.
Absolutely.
It's got to be a whole culture shock going forward. a changing of the way that we see each other, a changing of what we think family means. Because this shit is supposed to
what family is.
Yeah. Because I look at y'all, all three of y'all, like what you've done, and the way that you've done it is like very inspiring to me. It seems like all of y'all was very intentional. It seems like, y'all kept things under. Shut the fuck up, Edward. I'm trying my best. All right. Shut the fuck up. Y'all did everything intentionally and you built your family. And it's like, that's something that could last. Even if the unions don't last, It's like what it was built on is still fundamentally, you know what I'm saying?
I know. I got exactly what you're saying. I got exactly what you're saying.
I was hoping
what you gotta say, Edward. Come on, man. Come on, go ahead.
Oh no!
Let me start it off for you. This motherfuck the truth.
That nigga said fuck the truth. Because when the boats come in, you gotta weigh the coat with the scale that
lady on the pulpit. She like, I mean, that necessarily doesn't really apply. In what she talked about doesn't really apply because I think in what I'm going through is more so just communication and lack of that builds up into resentment, which builds up into whatever. So I necessarily, because when we had kids, it was the first two. Well, we have twins. The first two were an accident. They weren't supposed to happen, but the next two were planned. So like you said, we went through as we got older and we were wiser, more intelligent. Everything became more intentional. The wedding was intentional. The being together was intentional. Raising kids together was intentional. So it's not, I don't necessarily feel like that applies in my situation, but I would just say in the world today, it just seems like it's so much individuality, and that we don't think as one. We just think as individuals, and we just don't move together anymore. And that's all races, that's all genders, both genders, and like we just not. Trump said it's too. I don't care. Trump said it's too. I'm saying it's too. But
that's one thing that Trump was right about, nigga. Yeah, go ahead.
But I think overall a lot of shit has been built on shit. So now you got that, and then you got the 50-50 conversations, and you got like Kevin Samuels on this side, and then you got what's her name? The one that's the female.
Indra.
You got her on the other side, and then you got so many of these people that do the relationship podcast, and then tonight's conversation, well, whatever's left of that, and then you got all these people talk about,
Hey, I knew that shit wasn't gonna last, and I knew it years ago.
Oh, really?
Because I know what.
Don't leave that. don't leave that. But
why do you say that? I want to know why you said. I want to know why you said you knew it wouldn't last.
Because I know the personalities involved, and I know. I knew one of the people personally, the nigga that started the podcast. I've met him before,
really?
And a couple of the people. Yeah, I sat at the table at a wedding with that nigga for an hour or two, and we talked. He had.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Ace.
We talking about Ace?
Ace. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I didn't know this. This is new information.
I don't know him, but yeah, I sat at a table, talked to him for a while. He had this girl with him. She was bad as fuck too. I don't know if that was his wife or whatever, because I know he was married for a while, but whoever she was, oh my God. But anyway, but anyway, I just know the personalities involved. And then a couple of the girls, I followed them before tonight's conversation was even a thing. So, sometimes I don't say things because I don't want I don't want to seem like I'm always a I told you so or I know a know-it-all type of nigga. But when they broke up, I wanted to say, like, dog, right before the breakup, and for those of you who don't know, we're talking about tonight's conversation, which is like a traveling live podcast or something.
Yep.
Where it's about 6, 7, 8 panel members. It changes up. The lineup changes. They go on tour. They go all around the country. They rent out like a hall or whatever, and they do a live show, and it's all pretty much about relationships. Trip Fontaine, Randy Rosario, Ace Metaphor, who?
Keita Rose.
Keita Rose, yep. Kitty,
Rose.
what's her name? Kitty Rose, yep. Mm-hmm. And a couple other people that I'm not really too familiar with. Randy Rosario, I kind of know her very personally. I met her a dozen times, and she even sat down and gave me advice on how to build my motherfucking Instagram one day. We had a meeting, and she gave me all kind of advice and shit. This is before she was as big as she is now. And I just knew I knew this shit was involved. But a couple months before they broke up, and all that shit happened a couple months ago, a few months before that, I'm like, I already know eventually there's going to be a big fallout because I know the egos and the personalities and how crazy these niggas are individually. It's never going to last. And I was surprised that it lasted the 3-4 years. What was it? 3 years that it's been.
Yeah, it's been at least probably about 3 years.
Yeah.
Because I think it started up not too long after the pandemic.
It was a good show, too. I went to
It is a good show.
It's a good show. It was a good show.
It is a good show.
I really only wanted to hear like from certain people, to be honest with you, but it was like, but those people that weren't the stars, in my opinion, they filled in the gaps.
Shout out to Smell the Roses. When we were playing Monster Hunter, she came in last night and she was like, this looks so hard. And then she was like, jump. But this is a page that I follow, and she pretty much be talking about this sort of the same stuff that we're talking about as far as the relationship stuff. She be cooking on there. Check her out for anybody.
Nice.
Tell her come on stream.
Yeah, you gonna have to come through the stream, tap in with me or something. My Instagram is on my name. It's under my name right here. Follow me or something, and DM me or something, and fall through one of these episodes.
Yeah, we love to have you.
Yeah, but she's pretty much on the same wave that we on in terms of messaging or whatever, I guess you could say, or the way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we about to play again right after this too. We probably gonna go live again. So, but yeah, I've been following her for maybe a month or two or something like that. I don't even know how long at this point. But yeah, dog. So I knew it wasn't gonna last, bro. And then to hear, like, I knew Keita was crazy. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's her.
Keita is the light skinned one. Yeah, I knew she was crazy. But I like her though. She's the kind of crazy that I kind of like. But she's crazy, bro.
That batshit crazy.
She crazy. She's crazy as hell. And I knew when all that shit went down, I'm like, I know she not gonna be quiet. Yeah, I was watching at this time. I was watching Anton Daniels real heavy, and I saw because Randy Rosario works very closely with him. One of her shows is on his YouTube channel. Let's Rant About It.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was watching one of his lives one night, and he was like, I talked to Randy, and he was like, I told her to stay out of it. And then somebody on the live was like, well, she didn't. And then he was like, well, he was like, I can't control what a person does. But he was like, but I told her, he was like, I tried to tell her how to protect herself from this little thing, but I can only tell you, I can't make you not do it.
Yeah.
And Randy had her little moment of going back and forth, but I don't think she did as much as Keita though. Because Keita she did a whole series. Today? Yeah, I heard she had like a 20-part little series or something on.
Bro.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Still going on today. It continued, but before we got on here, I was looking at that.
Yeah, she's been going in.
She said, "Okay, I will." She'll tap in and tell. Yeah, we gotta make that happen. But yeah, man. I don't know, dog. The state of this relationship shit. like I said, that lady interviewed me today. She was talking about basically the early makings of where we are now, the feminist movement, the sexual liberation movement, and how it led us to where we are. It all makes sense, and I don't know what to do because at this point, so what I think is the start over is I think men are choosing not to participate in mass. And I've seen this narrative over the last, I don't know, 10 years. It's been a long period of my life where women will say certain things like openly say that they hate men and face no resistance, or openly say, I wonder what the world would be like if there were no men, or we would be just fine with no men in the world, right?
There will be nobody left on this motherfucker.
But now, yeah, that's the obvious answer, right? But the interesting thing about what's happening right now is that we're about to be able to see what it's like when men just be like, all right, you got it. You figure it out, because I'm done. Like I've been seeing all these videos on YouTube the past couple weeks about how singles events are only full of women. The dating apps men are choosing to mostly not participate in anymore because it's like a waste of time or a waste of money if you choose to pay. What's up, Grayson? They're talking about how men are basically like not approaching women anymore for their own various reasons, whatever they might be. And we all know that that's probably mostly due to the fact that men have been humiliated in different ways, whether it was gym videos of men approaching and then they get blasted on TikTok for 150,000 people to see. Yep. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I did a video not too long ago about, and I was talking about how men aren't even showing up to dating singles nights anymore.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these women are going to places and they're finding out that the ratio is something crazy, like 95% women to 5% men.
The video I saw, it was a real video, because I saw a video of the actual singles event, and they said there was 4 women for every 1 guy. Yep. So we're talking about, 80% women, 20% men. So it's 4 women for every 1 dude, bro.
Yeah.
And the way that they was like, well, shit, we made people show up, so we're still gonna run it. So what they did was they would it would be a dinner table with 4 women sitting at it talking to 1 dude. And then, how speed dating works or whatever, the dude would swap out and go to a different table and talk to 4 different women or whatever. And it was just like, dog.
Edward.
So what you say? That's not that bad. That's not that bad.
Yeah, them odds ain't nothing wrong with them odds, he said.
No, but the truth of the matter is, man, all men is talking to multiple women until they find that one anyway. So I don't know. It's still horrible for the singles events, but I don't know, bro. This is what y'all asked for,
too, man. I still think that's bad. Like, it's just it just needs to be a redo of a lot of different things, because the old ways aren't gonna work in today's age, and it's clashing with the new age, and it's not coalescing. There's no middle ground. It's just like either we want this or we want that. There's no in between. I really think we got to really just start over. And I think the opting out thing is not the way men should go about it either. Like, it has to be. I don't have the answer, but what I know the answer isn't that. It's not just like ignoring.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you, and I think the reason is because you show your value by providing absence, right? So if you don't appreciate me, I gotta leave, because what is the alternative? Yeah. If men say, I've been participating in this race or whatever you want to call it for so long and I'm not really getting anywhere. I mean, I've been through it as a man. I backed up. I just told you yesterday, we were having our colorful conversation about abstinence and how long you think each individual one of us could go. You said you don't think I could make it 2 years without some cake. And what I told you, no fat jokes intended, right? but what I told you is that right now I'm currently on like month 17, bro, and it's nothing to me, right? Because the alternative is eating shit all day. When I was heavy into dating, which was maybe 3 years ago, I was outside all the time. I don't want to say I had a roster, but I had about 8 women in my phone that I was talking to on the regular and was going out with too, right? I'm going out, I'm spending all kind of money on restaurant, movies, shows. We going to see Dave Chappelle. I went to see Dave Chappelle with a girl, all kind of stuff, right? And then that little section of my life ended, a little episode of my life ended, and I didn't have anything to show for it because most of them, not all, maybe about 1 out of the, let's say 15 women that I dealt with over a 2-year period, 1 or 2 of them stuck around and were worth anything. The other 13 was users. They were so deathly afraid of commitment. It was almost comical. It's like I'm trying my best. I'm being a gentleman. I'm bringing flowers. I saw how they reacted to that. These are the things that women are screaming that they want. I show up smelling good. Nigga, I go to the dentist, get my shit right, brush my teeth like a motherfucker. I'm smelling great. I'm looking good. I done bought new clothes, new shoes, got my car detailed, flowers on the seat when they get in. I'm opening doors.
Lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got the part in my hair. I'm looking clean. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They didn't care.
Yeah, you just Applebee's.
Exactly. They don't care. They didn't care, bro. It didn't matter. The flowers was more of an offense.
Yeah.
See, y'all been in the house for the last however long y'all been in relationships, right? Mm-hmm. I'm in these streets. It is horrible out here. Let me see.
It's not that bad out there. Can't be.
Give them what they say they want. Let's see what else she said.
Yeah. Hey, she right. That's what I was thinking. I just wasn't going to say it. I was like, okay.
She said,
yeah, some money. Okay.
No, I mean, I did. I had a little bit of, I had a little bit of money at the time, and I was like, shit, I'm fresh out of a relationship. What was that last one she said? Not the part in your hair. Yeah, man. That's how I get my shit cut out.
Was the Drake heart. You know,
I told, right.
He was out here.
I told my barber, like, look, man, I got a little situation. I need you to get this shit right. And he was like, I got you. But no, man,
that shit's not appreciated though, and that's where we at. Like I was saying, that video that I put up, man, when I was talking about, I was just giving different perspectives on what women are saying that they want and what they're actually experiencing out here. And a lot of men responded to that video in the comments. They were basically saying, like, man, listen, I was the hard part. I was thinking Drake. Yeah, listen, but a lot of men responded to that video and they was like, we would just much rather just not. We would much rather just not deal with it, not go through the process of wasting resources, wasting our time, wasting our energy, putting ourselves out there. For one, men got to put themselves out there in the first place.
What is that? Oh, Monster Hunter.
You know what loves me back? This loves me back.
Man, would just rather not, man.
I put $70 into this, and it pays me back dividends every day. It loves me back. Yes, 600 hours of fun with my friends that I know love me as well. Versus me going out on a date with a woman that could potentially be like, yeah, man, I'll tell you specifically. No, I'll tell you specifically.
Cheap dates, though. There are.
There are cheap dates. They
don't
cheap
appreciate
dates.
that shit. They don't appreciate
that either.
Well, but see, I think that is for you to weed them out. Like, if you think that
wants to go through the weeding process of that.
You got to.
I'm saying, but I get what you're saying.
Wrong message. Sorry.
I get what you're saying, but after you've done that, seriously, after you've done that, out of 2 months, you've weeded out 25 different girls that you figured out, that you came to the conclusion of, oh, y'all don't want nothing real, for real. Y'all just want to get out here. Y'all want some food. Y'all want to experience a comedy show. Y'all want to experience this so you can Instagram it, so you can post it on the gram, so you can post up over here on Facebook, post a couple pictures, cute date night, and then go back, and then that's it. That's all you wanted. You just wanted an experience at my expense. No, fuck that. We not.
Right.
How much I got to weed out?
And look, the experience.
You got to keep weeding until you find the rose. I mean, that's kind of
no. You gonna end up filing Chapter 11, nigga.
Exactly.
You gonna end up with poison ivy, nigga.
Yeah.
Keep
Well, you
weeding
gotta.
out, you're gonna have poison ivy.
I think I think what I'm saying is the fact that if you want to find a mate, that's just something you have to go through. I think
Yeah, that is the
that's basically what it
process.
is. Like if you want to find a mate and then you want to do it intentionally, you're gonna have to spend the money. Like you can like you just said, we can go to it's even a little expensive, but like you can go to what's the place? The coffee place.
Nah,
Starbucks.
you ain't got it. You
Or
ain't got it.
or there's
Hold on.
by my
How
house
do you
there's-
do that? How do you do that nowadays
You're
when they
wrong.
just put that list? When they just put that list up, old girl was like, I ain't
well,
going here. I don't want to
but
eat
see,
this.
but wait, if she's
Yep.
doing
Everybody
that,
agreeing with it.
if she's doing that to you like that, then you don't want her.
I
Nope.
mean,
You ain't even gotta spend the capital.
But
You ain't even
look,
gotta
if she is adhering to that list like that, then that's not the person you want anyway. So she eliminated herself.
I like coffee dates, right? So
Yeah.
there's like a list of commandments that men are supposed to abide by when dating, right? And I have broken so many of those rules knowing, right? But sometimes I go balls to the wall. Like this one girl that I wanted so bad. Oh my God, her booty, bro. But anyway, so I finally get her to agree to go out, right? So when we go out, I'm like, this
calm down.
this nigga
bro.
knocked off his phone. Yeah, calm your ass down, okay, fam.
We know you.
Damn.
We know you
Yeah.
the horny. We
He
know
was
that
like,
you are the
"God
horniest
damn."
nigga. And
When I finally got this girl to go out, I'm like, man, I'm trying to impress, right?
Capital.
So I kind of went crazy. But what I know I made the mistake on is the stuff that you're supposed to be aiming for in the beginning is what you're saying. The coffee date, the easy stuff, the stuff that is low maintenance. Go for a walk. Go to the museum where you know the admission is free, nigga. The DIA for the Tri-County area is free. Take a girl there. You can get intellectual. There's food there. Interesting stuff to see. Go
y'all
home.
Know, y'all know my first date with my wife that I am married to right now was I called her. I was like, "Where you at?" She was like, "I'm at the mall." I was like, "I'm on my way. I'll meet you there." Our first date was literally just walking around the mall.
Ooh, pressure. Ooh.
Just walking around the mall. That was our first date.
Well-
our second date was the movies. After the movies, we sat outside in the car for like 3 hours just talking, listening to music, just vibing out. That was like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a I didn't have to spend a ton of money because it wasn't about that. It was like, I'm feeling you, you feeling me.
Here.
We here.
Smell the roses says,
Yep.
I'm married. I appreciate little things. Flowers, sushi, candy. Boom. And those are the type of women that deserve rings, bruh.
Absolutely.
Right, but see, what we're talking about is you gotta weed through that process, though. That's what Red's talking about. That's the hard part. Because
that is the hard part. But
you got people out there that, got people out there
saying you got to weed through it with your money. Hell no, you don't.
No. That's wait. I'm saying not a lot of money. Like I mean, boba is $15, bro.
Boba
Total.
tea, yeah. I understand what you're saying,
You know
but
like $15 too.
Like even like movies are like a horrible date. Like,
it is.
In the beginning.
There's no talking.
Because there's no talking. You gotta find
time.
That's the problem. You invest in somebody, you're dating somebody, and then you spend the money, and then it leads to nowhere. So yeah, it's a loss.
Actually, I don't think so. I don't think a movie is not necessarily a horrible date. Let me tell you why.
The first date to get to know somebody.
But
listen. Dates.
But listen though, if you are both into cinema, that's why I say if you're both into cinema, a movie is not a horrible date. You know why? Y'all go together, y'all sit down, y'all watch the movie. Now it gives you something to talk about after the movies. Y'all can sit there and talk about
raising nets is $12.
I got one caveat. Though, because I've been on a lot of first movie dates, right? They are kind of bad, especially when you just meet up and go to the movies. I suggest
that's horrible. Yeah. I agree.
Go out somewhere before the movie, then go to the movie. That way you can talk before and then go after and talk about, or even if it's just to drive home and talk about the movie. But you don't just
meet
go straight to the movie.
Like,
don't do that.
It's like nah. I agree
because
with that.
yeah, so talk. Yeah, I agree, but I understand what Derek is saying. I understand why they say that movie is a bad date because, like you're saying, you're supposed to be quiet for 2 hours, so you're just sitting there. I don't know if she liking it or not liking it.
Just gonna let me know if you
Man,
can shut
Captain
up for
America
2
was
hours.
good. What was you talking about?
So let me tell y'all how old I was and what I was into when I was coming up. I'm from them era where you was getting them digits and you was on that phone hard. You know what I'm saying?
Falling asleep on
That's
the
where I'm
phone.
from. Right. We on the phone caking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Your
y'all
feet-
ain't really doing that no more.
your feet
Everybody
up the
That's
texting.
wall, twisting
Nah,
the
because we
twist
got
the
Twitter.
cord.
All that.
Because we got Twitter and Facebook now.
All that. Exactly. Yeah.
We got Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram now. It's all about the DMs. All the phone talks and heavy talks, all that is out the window. And you know what? The social media aspect of it has
Killed
ruined
it.
that in a sense because
Killed
people
it.
they don't even know how to communicate. You know how many
Nope.
conversations we have seen, how many DMs where I've read them and I'm just like, what the fuck are these two people talking about? They don't even know how to effectively communicate with one another. It's so awkward reading the messages. It's like it took away an element of the dating phase. Like y'all don't even know how to talk to the other person of
Right.
the opposite sex.
the dude jump in the DM and be like WYO. And then as a reader, you're like, what the fuck do that mean?
Like,
You'd be like, what you on? And then she'd be like,
bro.
NTN. And like, what? Nothing? And then, and then it's like
Yes.
WYD. And then she's
Online
like,
language.
yeah. And it's just like, what the fuck is happening here? But yeah, I still be on the phone. I haven't been on the phone 2-3 days out of this week caking and
And
shit.
those are the
Here's
best
the-
dates. Those are the cheapest, best dates right there. Them on the phone dates because you can touch many different subjects and you really get to dive deep. And
You
you're
get a
not
feel for
spending
what
no
that person
bread.
is about.
And if low key, if a woman is down for spending time on the phone, most likely she's gonna be something you can more invest, take it to another stage.
Yep.
That is a fact.
If she trying to weed you off the phone or all she want to do is text, I don't like talking. Well,
Or she talk. And it cut both ways too. Same with
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
get a dude.
Absolutely.
Just like
And
send me a picture.
oh yeah.
Yeah, next. Next. So, but yeah. I mean, it's overall we need to start over. What's we need to come up with what's expected of men, what's expected of women, and then negotiate from there. That's how I got to go. Because this right now, this right here.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
It's weird out here, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
microwave generation.
I'm trying to tell you, it's so weird. I'm so happy that you brothers made it inside. It's like we're living in what's the name of that movie, dog?
Oh my God.
The Mist. It's like The Mist.
Yeah. Wait. You out there with the
I'm out there in the fog with the rope tied around my waist, trying to see how far I can make it.
Right.
About to blow your own brains out.
And y'all made it into the grocery store before the mist got you. I'm out in the mist, bro.
You out there
We in
fighting.
that bitch
You out there-
barricaded.
Boy, it's crazy as hell out in this mist, and I'm trying to figure out which way to go, bruh. But like I said, the thing that it's kind of like, self-correcting. It's like your nature will sort of find its way out here, man. As a man, you cannot be so thirsty to, oh, I got to take this girl on this extravagant date because it's going to impress her. You can't be so thirsty to be shortchanging yourself by allowing a woman to disrespect you and ignore you or not text you for 2 days in a row. And then you just be like, hello, are you there? What's up? Are you ignoring me? Like you are setting yourself up to be hammered. You have to be very intentional about what you will allow, what you won't allow. You cannot falter on that. You cannot compromise.
You got to draw a line.
You have to draw a line, and you got to stand behind that motherfucker like you belong there. Because if you cross the line, then everybody's going to see it, and they're not going to respect that. Yeah. This is something I had to learn the hard way, bruh. Like, over many, many years of me being, I was locked in a house. I was locked in a relationship for 7 years. So when I got back outside, I damn near had to relearn all this shit too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm out here and now I'm at the point where it's like, look, if we ain't on the same energy, get the fuck out, get the fuck on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Around.
Any other thing y'all want to get to before we get out of here? We just crossed over an hour.
Nope.
Angie Stone pass.
Smell the Rosa said we got Drake, Ye, Steph, and T-Pain on this channel. I love it here. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who is
yeah. Who is who? Got that? I'm Drake,
who?
Apparently, because I got the part in my hair.
The part in the hair. Who is Steph and
Steph?
Ye? And who is T-Pain?
Brazil is from Chicago, so he Ye.
All right.
Who's you T-Pain because you got on the glasses, Derek.
I was about to say you T-Pain.
You T-Pain. So that leaves Steph. I don't know who she mean Ye and Steph is though.
You gotta be Ye. So one of who am I, Steph, or are you Steph?
I think I got them all right.
You lighter than me, though. You gotta be Steph. You lighter than me? No, Gerald.
No, she just said I was Drake because I had the part. I know she called me Drake.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why you Steph. She just you do kind of look like Steph right now. You do, low key.
So Angie Stone pass.
Rest in peace to Angie Stone. I just want to share. I mean, I seen this horrible video of somebody driving past the wreckage and shit. I don't want to share none of that. I'm not interested in doing that.
Yeah.
It was. I don't know if it was a truck driver. It looked like he was taking the video from kind of high up, but he drove past it in Alabama, and her truck was like laid on his side in the median of the highway or whatever. And I don't want to show nothing like that. But on a positive note, though, the first time I went to Atlanta was 2015. I believe it was the second day I was down there. We visited Martin Luther King's church. It's at this point it's like a whole little compound they got. They got the museum. In between the museum and the church, his grave effectively is there. Him and his wife are buried there. There's a fountain, like a reflecting pool or whatever. His house is down the street, the house that he grew up in. And then we got to the church, and as we get to the church, there's a crowd as we're approaching. I'm like, what's going on out here? Why? I mean, I guess it's like a lot of people going in, but when we get closer to the crowd, Angie Stone is standing at the front door. She's either coming in with everybody else or she's coming out. And the fans basically rushed her. She stood there. She was real cool. She wasn't rushing. She wasn't acting Hollywood. She was standing out there taking pictures with everybody. She was real nice. I might have said something to her. I didn't stop and take a picture, but I think I said something to her and just walked on in. But she was cool as hell, man. So
she was to see her. We were supposed to see her in concert, but she canceled. I think it was that music concert she canceled.
Oh, okay.
That I just seen last year.
So she you said Derek got on the glasses and the headphones. White headphones, glasses, T-Pain, all smart and handsome men. I appreciate that so much.
Appreciate you.
Oh, she said she's in Atlanta. Glad you visited. Angie was down to earth. Yeah. She definitely seemed like it. Like I said, I don't know her or nothing like that. I didn't have an extensive conversation with her, but she seemed very sweet. And she was very nice to her fans from what I saw her. She stood there and took many pictures. So yeah. I'm sure she had somewhere to be. I think she was actually doing something with the church, though. Like they were doing something I think she was involved in, if I remember correctly. But she, just to bring this into the fold, I'm not trying to say that there's some sort of conspiracy going on. But the thing that everybody's talking about post her death is that she was in that. She outed Universal Music Group just like Drake did, saying, different reasons, but she said that they hadn't been paying her royalties, which is a story as old as the music industry itself. Her mechanicals and her royalties or whatever, saying that her songs hadn't been registered correctly, and the mechanicals refers to radio, which means that her song, I've been hearing Angie Stone, the songs that she had 20 years ago still was playing on the radio when I was at work. 5 years ago, like every night she would be on the radio. So I know them songs is racking up money, so Universal just been collecting her money, not giving it to her for 20 years. Yep. It seems like. And she outed them back in December. It was like right before the new year. She put that video up saying that y'all gonna pay me my money. And everybody was like, I won't say everybody, because I did see a bunch of people say this is why we are usually skeptical when artists die, because of stuff like this. They weren't necessarily saying it's true, but they were kind of alluding to the reason why we usually come up with these conspiracy theories, because, it's always some shit like this going on.
Yeah, because it happens too often. You can correlate too many different things. Mike when he bought the Beatles, it's just too much. It's too obvious.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's the reason. You know, they said she was in a sprinter. She was in a sprinter, and her sprinter had about 9 people in it. Cairo, hush, please. Or Egypt, hush. She was in a sprinter with like 9 people, and she was the only one to pass, bro.
Wow.
That's crazy. They were on the way to actually a basketball game to perform halftime. I think I read. And there's a video out there of them telling the crowd that she didn't make it, that she died, and the crowd. I mean, I didn't have a heart to watch the whole video, but the crowd, you know, they had a reaction or whatever. But that shit is sad as hell. So rest in peace to her.
Rest in peace.
She was still on the road.
Yeah, still out there working.
Still out there working, which is an unfortunate reality for
a lot of artists though.
Because she said that in her video. She was like, I should have been able to retire a long time ago. That's what she said.
Here I am still working.
Yeah. So damn, bro. I would be so mad if my mama was 60, 70 years old, still on the road because she can't afford to live no other way after she done all that work.
Of that with her body of work. Lee.
Hell yeah. So we could end on that note, man. I appreciate you fellas for showing up. I don't know when y'all want to get back to it.
We can get back to it any day.
We can get back to it tomorrow. I'm
okay.
Free. What's up?
Kyrie Irving better than Magic Johnson.
You said, is he?
I'll catch y'all later. I'm kissing y'all.
No, he said he is.
You said he is. Man.
He said he is.
What? I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
He not about to argue with your ass, but he definitely disagree, nigga.
I know he disagree.
You said Kyrie is better than Magic?
Yeah, give me Kyrie Irving. Thank you.
Oh God,
Kyrie, you going down in that paint, grabbing them boards?
Is Magic doing that? He can't even shoot out. He can't.
Magic plays center.
Magic is just John Wall. Just John Wall 4 inches taller.
Oh my God! All right, bro.
With no athleticism and big ass knee pads.
Oh my God!
Can't shoot outside of 5 feet.
Yeah, we can get back to it tomorrow. This felt good. I missed it. I missed it. Hopefully, we can get Brandon on here tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Smell the roses for dropping through.
Yeah, she said good night to us.
Good night.
I appreciate all the love and shit, man. I really do, for real. That's
absolutely
dope. I was tapped into your videos too. I didn't know if you had saw me or not, but yeah, I'm on your page too, so it's mutual.
We waiting on you. You got to show up or show out.
Come up.
You done stepped in it. You got to come on with it.
I'll try to see if I can get some more girls on here too, because I don't be wanting a dog pile. I don't want to do her like Melissa Ford.
But yeah.
Let's get to this Monster Hunter, man.
Let's get it. I'll see y'all.
Holla, holla, holla. She said she want to play games. All right. Peace, y'all.